Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Thrift Store Prepper, and this is going to be a little short and sweet video today, just to do a little bit of downsizing or saving leftovers, I guess. So what I have here are the remnants of my spicy stew recipe video, and here is my empty bowl that I had for my supper, and it was an extremely filling and quite tasty dish. But anyway, I've got plenty left over, and as you can see, we cooked it in this bag, which is a little bit fragile. So what we're going to do is downsize and portion it so we have meals for the rest of the week. So what we have here are our cashew bags, and I figured I would use these because they're a decent size, and we could get maybe 3 meals out of these, and we can put these in the refrigerator and save them for another day. So this isn't going to be anything too complicated, but again, we're just going to utilize how we use leftover items or things that were going to go in the trash. In this case, the cashew nut bag, and again, these have a little gusset on the bottom, and hopefully will be the perfect size for a portion. So let's hope we don't make too much mess with this, and let's see how we can get it along. So we're going to try, let's put this underneath. Oh, I can feel that this is going to be maybe a little bit messier than I hoped. You know what, rather than cause a mess, let's stop before we go too far. And let's do this an old-fashioned way. When I say old-fashioned way, I mean the sensible way. So, rather than get any spillage and waste our stew, let's use a spoon. And this is going to be very slow, but at least we can make sure we get a little bit of everything going into our bag. And, you know, this is ways you can do this, that you can keep it in the refrigerator, take it for lunch, or portion down for the week, you know, and it doesn't have to be this particular stew. It can be any meal you make for yourself if you're an individual that's living on your own. And sometimes cooking and making meals for one person can be a little bit costly. So, you know, occasionally what I like to do is make a big pot of stew or chili or something like that, and then portion it down into individual meals. And in this case, you know, you can toss these in the refrigerator or even the freezer if you need be, and these are things that you can also use to transport or take this to school or to your place of work if it's going to be your lunch. So you kind of get the idea. We're just doing, I guess, essentially doing some canning, some very primitive canning, and maybe if we sanitize these bags and sealed them up, they might last quite a while. I don't know if that would work or not. So maybe one more spoonful in this one, and we will seal it up. So, you know, there's one. Stay sealed, you stupid bag. There we go. Sometimes you've got to get angry with these things and put them in their place like we did then. So the bag is sealed, and let's see if we can do another one. Very, very boring, I know, but sometimes the thrift store prepper likes to make videos out of nothing and tries to find content where there is no content, and in this case, this is content where there is no content. So maybe I think if I get a couple of spoonfuls in, what we could do to speed things up, now we're a little less in there, is, yeah, you see, that's giving it a little bit of stability. Let's see if we can speed things up. Maybe we might even have more than is going to fit in these bags as leftovers. Well, maybe I should have used a bigger bag. No, you know what, I can see that spinning. So, let's just carry on the way we were. And I mean, there's nothing really stopping you using your hands if you were one of those type of people. it likes to get your hands dirty and hands-on type situations, but we're going to keep going with our spoon. And, you know, if we had a bigger spoon, maybe this would have been quicker also. But we're trying to make sure that we get a little bit of everything. Oh, and there's a red jalapeno. That's unusual. The rest were green. That's a little special treat in this bag. You get the one and only red jalapeno. And, you know, as I say, this was a pretty nutritional, low-cost dish. If anybody has seen the video how we made it, try it yourself. Very little ingredients, almost no cooking skills required, and you get yourself a pretty decent tasting meal. So I'm trying to get as much in here as I can, because I think we may even have, let's make sure we get all the beans. And are we going to be able to squash this one in? Oh, you see, that's the danger. You sometimes put a little too much and you get spillage like we are getting here. So what we're going to do, before we make too much more of a mess, pour a little bit out. So I've got a feeling we are going to have more stew than these cashew bags. So maybe I should have used a different style bag. And we're getting very dirty and messy here. So, and somehow I've splattered myself in the eye by trying to open the bag with some of the stew juice. So this is a pitiful video if ever there was one, and as I said, I'm really kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel in terms of content by making this one. But by now you should appreciate the efforts made by the thrift store prepper to bring you content out of nothing and show you little tips like this that can save you money. So that's my backup phone giving me some notifications. So let's continue to load up. And you know, I'm pretty sure there is going to be actually more here than is going to fit into these 3 bags. So if there is, maybe my lucky roommate will get a serving of his own for his supper, whether he wants it or not. Because I don't really want to be finding another bag, because I would like to keep things very uniformed if I can. So I can gauge what's in it by looking at it. Although it's not cashews, I know I used them all for my stew. And you know, you could get a labelling system going if you wanted to. So let's make sure we push some more of it down. And let's see if I do want to try and pour some in. It's my kind of little mission now to try and do that. And yeah, maybe a little too much. But we managed to close it, I think. Oh, there's loads of it pouring out. But that's okay. We can rinse these off under the sink. They're perfectly sealed in their little pouches now, and you can see that we've got quite a lot going on, and it doesn't even want to stand up. So this really has been quite a pitiful video for you to watch, and quite pitiful to make rather, and maybe painful to have watched as well. But never mind, we do try to make something out of nothing, and this was very much a case of that. So let me know if you have any thoughts or comments on this particular video. As I said, maybe we might even try and sanitize these and can them, see how long they last. But who knows? We're going to go and clean these up and toss them in the fridge. And there we have some stew left over as well. So this has been a shit video production for the thrift store prepper, and we will see you next time, if there is a next time indeed.